What's up, YouTube? I'm here with the Twitch chat. If you haven't noticed, we do stream on Twitch. The link to that is in the description. We're going to be doing a quick tier list, and I'm going to give you the reasons why I think they're in this category. Just know these are just my opinions. Doesn't mean they're right or wrong, but I would love to hear your opinions down below of who do you think. We're going to start with a strategist, and then we're going to go to duelist, and then we go to tank. So the first strategist we need to talk about is Adam Warlock, one of the newest characters they put into the game. How do I feel about him? And I really think the fact that his shift, which is pretty much like a damage reduction, if you're teaming up with, like, if you're going with, the, like, say there's like 5 of us and we're all teaming up, the moment I hit shift, we're all getting damage and damage buffs and all that stuff, and then combo with E. It's really good, but mostly the reason why people play him is, we all know, is his ultimate. His ultimate is really good, but I would put him in B. I think he's good. The only time he's not good is if, like, you're getting dived at by 3 or 4 people. That's the only time you need, like, somebody to protect you, like a Punisher, to sit back with a shotgun. Now, Loki's a character that I truly loved. I have a Loki guide. If you have not seen it, check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. He did get nerfs. The patch notes were horrible, in my opinion, because they don't give you exact numbers. They're very vague about it. I don't know why. They basically said that blah, 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 a wah, wah, wah. We buffed his illusions, but we also, like, reduced his healing and damage input. I think he's still good. He's just not picked in the high ranks a lot because we'll talk about other supports. But honestly, I think he's still valuable, but I do have to give him... these are in order, okay? These are in order. I think he's a C, but that's just me. His ultimate is still top tier, but that's just me. You know, I wouldn't argue if somebody said he's a B. So if you want to put him in B, that's fine, but I'm gonna put him in C. You know what? Fuck it. We're putting him in B. We'll put him in B, but he's dead last. Dead last, next to somebody else. Luna, there's no S. Luna's S tier. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, I think she's the strongest support. Her ultimate is what, chat? 13 seconds? But it feels like 20 seconds at times. What was it? Was it 10? Hold on. How many seconds was it? I didn't look at it. I think it was like 12 seconds or 11 seconds. It's just so long. It's so long that I can't. Yeah, it needs to be 9 seconds, because the reasoning is that you can bring a tank from 0 to 800 within 2 seconds. That's why it's so strong. She does, like, amount of like, look at that. All you need to do, if you land your right click on a, let's just say a Spider-Man, right? You put it on Spider-Man. In my opinion, there's no fighting for it. I don't care what anybody says. She's S tier. Next support, I'm gonna put Mantis in A tier, just because she just gives so much damage boost, and right now the dive meta is, like, kind of like the most thing that people are playing. So all you need to do is, my most assists in one game was 49. I'll probably upload that on YouTube. I think we did lose that game. Well, either way, win or lose, she's really good. And they buffed her ult, which is, to me, it's a little bit better. I mean, it's better than the original, but they get temp. You see, they get blue health, which is basically temp health for a while. Next up, Rocket. Rocket is A, in my opinion. I think Rocket is very valuable. It depends how you play him. I see some DPS Rockets that go off, but the reason why I put him A tier, people might argue that he's B, but I think he's really good in the right hands. If somebody knows how to just establish the wall run and they're really good at it, you know, I'll show you examples, like right here. It's on the YouTube video now on stream, but, like, you know, the fact that you can stay alive forever. His E is the most important thing ever as well. And I think he's just a solid pick. I don't think he's broken. I think he's fine. I hope they don't nerf him. I hope they don't buff him. If any support is fine right now, it's Rocket. Rocket is fine, in my opinion, and he's a strong pick, and that's why I put him in A tier. One last support, and I'm sorry to say this, Jeff, I'll put him in C. You can argue that he's D, but D means that he's just god awful. I don't put him in god awful because his ult is really good. That's why I'm not putting him in D tier. D tier means that they're just not useful at any way. He's okay, But the problem about Jeff is that if you have a Spider-Man, a Magik, a Black Panther, a Venom, anybody in the back, and you don't have one person watching your back helping you, he's done for. He's done. If you have a Luna on your team, then I think he's actually pretty decent. You know? So if you have a Luna, this is actually pretty good. In my opinion, I think he's C tier, and that's just how I see it. You can argue that he's D, F, whatever. I wouldn't even argue with that. But that's my supports. So obviously Venom, we all know, S tier. I'm not going to even argue. He needs a nerf. I'm a Venom main, and I agree that his E needs to be toned down, and that's it. His E just needs to be toned down. That's it. I just think they need to look at it where it's not like super, because going from a 0 to 1000 is a little bit ridiculous, and it will separate from bad Venoms to good Venoms, because good Venoms will go in knowing that they only have 900 people. Usually they'll just dive into 5 tanks. I mean, 5 players, and then they'll drop their E. They're playing dumb because they know they can get away with a dumb situation. So I just think the E needs to be reduced. Another change I would love for them to do is his ult is just to make him faster in this form. Just a little bit. It's a little bit slow. Like, if they can just make him a little bit faster, I would just be happy with that. Hulk in C tier. C tier just means that they're valuable, but not amazing. I've seen some amazing Hulks, but they're one tricks, and one tricks don't really help the tier list, in my opinion, just because that means you have to put like so amount of hours just to be decent with this guy. And I feel like with Hulk, I don't know, again, high rank Hulks teamed up with maybe like Venom or Doctor Strange, they're a little bit better, but that's why I put him in C tier, just because he's very gimmicky, and it's mostly one tricks that love playing him. You never see like there's never been like one day where I logged in, I'm like, oh my god, so many Hulks today. It's mostly I see Venoms, Magneto, which in my opinion, Magneto is A tier. I can argue that he's S tier, but right now he's A tier for Scarlet. You can argue that he's S or B. I wouldn't even fight you for it, but Magneto right now is just insane. The fact that he can bubble, that's a new change, right? They gave him a bubble, right? Bubble. They gave him a bubble. I don't remember that from Alpha. I remember giving teammates a bubble. That's why sometimes I always misclick. Like, say for instance, this is my teammate and I'm trying to bubble them and accidentally do that to me, because I'm pretty sure it was not in the closed alpha, whatever. So he has so much like he just has so much stuff to offer for himself and his teammates when it comes to shielding. Like, he can make pushes. These are the difference between main tanks and off tanks. Like, Venom is an off tank, Hulk is an off tank, he's a main tank, meaning that he's like controlling the front line like this. He's the one that is the pushing up the front because he has a good amount of health. He has shields. His right click is actually pretty decent. It's a good knockback. And then Wanda, oh my goodness. This is, I hope it gets nerfed, because it's kind of insane. The only nerf I would do to it is the range, because the range on this is ridiculous. Yeah, maybe reduce the range like from like right here, but the fact that I can be all the way over here and just get them is insane. That's the only thing I would do to change it, is just reduce the range. That's it. I don't know, chat. Would you guys hate me if I put Groot at B? Would you hate me? I just don't see enough Groot players anymore. I think he did get some nerfs, but I've noticed less of Groot players, and that could be because there's more Venom and Magneto. That could be the reason why. He's good. Like, he's a solid pick. Like, you know, I would like, B's fine. B's perfect. You know, to me, B and A are perfect. S tier, they need to be looked at. That's what S tier is usually meaning, that S tier needs to be looked at because they're a little bit too strong. A and B should be what developers go for, in my opinion. But I think he's okay. You know, his ult is really strong combo with a lot of, you know, his walls. I've seen some really good group players that just wall you off, and then you're just like, oh, I'm stuck and shit. But I've seen some insane Groots before. The next tank is Peni. I'm sorry. D tier. D. Like, she got buffs and she's still not good. Like, at first I thought she was good. She's so slow. Like, look at this. When I'm shooting, I'm so slow. Why am I slow? Why am I slow shooting? Like, because it has infinite.
Are we done now?
But like, anything that makes me slower as a tank, I hate it. Like, cause look at this. Look how slow I am. She's already slow as it is, and I get what they're trying to do. They want you to do this. But like, you know how easy that is to destroy because it sticks out like a sore thumb. So it's easy to destroy. They want you to do this. Sure, if you don't have that, you can do this. But am I really gonna waste a right click just to do this, just to have something that's proper? And that's why I put her in D. I mean, they nerfed. What they didn't nerf it. They got rid of the exploit of like you like doing this, and then there was like a combo like, what was it? I can't really do it because I'm not getting damage, but there was like a combo like of you canceling it, whatever. They got rid of that, and then they buffed the damage. I think he's a solid pick. He's probably the best frontliner, front tank, main tank, you want to call it. His portals come in clutch near the end games when you need somebody to portal you to the last fight. I think he's great. There's no like need to continue. They didn't really change much of him. He's actually pretty good if you have a Hulk. Thor, I'm gonna put him in C. I don't know. He's like in the middle because listen, Thor is good, but he definitely needs another tank to be frontline. The reason why I put him in C tier is the fact that you have global cooldowns. Oh, actually, I can't. Wait, where is it? He has global cooldowns. And you have no idea how that can mess you up. I feel that his melee is okay. 4, 5, 6. For that to happen, I need consistent heals. So it really depends on your support. C tier, again, just means that they're good, but they need more help. That's what it basically means. C tier means they're good, but they need more help, or they're kind of like a gimmicky. His F is really good for damage. And if they dive at you, you can hit E and slow them down. I didn't even know this until yesterday. If they're in this, they get slowed down. So I still feel he's a good pick, but they're just better tanks. That's why C tier is there. C is for gimmicky, for one tricks, or they need help to be good. You say he's B? I mean, I won't argue if you put him in B. If anything, I would put him in B minus. But I'm going to do it like this for tank wise. I don't know. Maybe I would put him in front. You know what? I'll put him in front of Hulk. I'll put him in front of Hulk. And as for tank, I mean, that's fine right now. Yeah, that's fine. DPS. Black Panther. Maybe B? I would put him in B if he has a Magik. You put him in what? D tier? Nah, you guys are crazy. A good... Listen, it's probably because we play a lot of quick play and we're like in barely like gold. But I just think a really good Black Panther is insane, bro. I just think he's insane, man. Like, if you just put a time... Like, he's gimmicking. Is S or A? Really? S or A? Haters? I put him... I would argue B or C. And the reason why I put him in C is because they're just better DPS. That's it. Again, my C tier is just... They're just better characters than them. I'm gonna put him in C. Again, it's my tier list. You don't. You can argue D, but I put him in C because he's still valuable. He's still valuable, in my opinion. Hela, even though she got a nerf, she went from S tier to A tier, which is fine. I think Hela is great. I think she's still good. What they nerfed is like how far, like if you're far, your damage output is reduced, but she's still good. If you have a Hulk, Iron Man probably even moves to an A because that damage boost of this.
But I did have the Avengers. Same thing.
I don't know. You can argue B or C. Personally, I would put him in C plus if there was a C plus, but we'll just put him in B. But I think he's still good. It's just they're just better Spider-Mans. I mean, they're just better DPS. I'll put him in B. He's B. Speaking of Spider-Man's S tier. I would put him in A because S tier to me means that they're so strong that they're annoying and they need to be nerfed ASAP. Your bias? I think Spider-Man is an A or B plus. That's why I would put him like in between this. You think he would get nerfed? I wouldn't doubt because he's a big problem towards the backline supports. Like, man, like a good Spider-Man just hits you with that. What is that combo? I don't even know how to do it. Isn't it like I don't know, like say he web swings. Hold on. Isn't it like, I don't even know how to do it because I don't play him. I don't know. I just see him do 1, 2, 3, pull, and then it's like something like that. Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, and then I don't know. I've seen it. I think the combo is gonna get nerfed, but I think he'll still be decent. I'm sorry, but I'm doing it. D tier. D tier. Magik needs some buffs. She's not good. Anytime I see a Magik, I'm like, well, GG guys. C tier. I think she needs more. She needs more. Okay. I like how that she gets iframes when she does that. Wait, practice settings. Hold on. She gets iframes when she does this, meaning that she can be like, you know, she can't be like, she won't take any damage. But something like, okay, the reason why, okay, if you say C+, would you rather play Spider-Man or Magik? I rest my case. I rest my case. Namor, B. I think Namor's B tier. I personally like him. He's my favorite DPS at the moment right now. Next to Storm. I think he's great. I think the buffs were much needed. Like this was great. Like this was awesome. Like the fact that you could move around, it makes it so easy for your supports. Personally, the only thing I would change is let me see, where is Luna? The only thing I would change is that I wish his right click did like a knockback, like Magneto's. Because I know it's meant for this. Oh, I can't do it. I know it's meant for this. And I don't know why they added a whistle. Maybe because they wanted the player to know that it's active, but I hate the whistle. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. S? Really? A tier? A. Because he did get nerfs, right? He did get nerfs. S, you cannot fight his ult without everyone turning at once. That's true. I don't know. I'm going to put him in A. S tier means they need nerfs because they're broken. Does he need nerfs? I don't know. Because if the moment you nerf Punisher is the moment where Storm, anybody that's just up in the air, you can't fight him anymore. What is this fucking... I don't remember this dot. It looks like a nipple. I don't know, man. Like in the middle. I'm gonna put her in B. Like you could say A or S because of her combo. We're not I mean, we are including the combo A tier. I don't know, man. I guess like that. I would put her in front of the B tiers. I would put her in front of the B tiers. So is she better than Namor? You can argue. Is she better than Iron Man? You can argue. So I'm gonna put her B, like the top B player. And she, of course, she's better if she has Magneto because Magneto gets a damage buff and all that stuff. It's because of Magneto's sword. I put Magneto. Magneto's A. Like he's A. Like even without Scarlet, like he goes from, okay, in my opinion, he goes to S tier if he has a Scarlet. He's staying at A because he's still a solid front tank. Like the main tanks are good in this game, in my opinion. Part of me wants to put him in C tier. I felt like he fell off, right? I felt like he fell. Am I the only one that feels that he fell off? Like, huge? And I don't know why. Why did he fall? A low B. You know what? Yeah, we'll put him in bottom B. We'll put him in bottom B. Bottom B behind Iron Man. Something about him, like, they I don't know what they did. He just feels underwhelming now. Or maybe because people are catching on to him more. Like, yeah, I could argue C plus or last. We'll just put him in bottom B. He's the bottom B one. Something about him just fell off, in my opinion. Like, he feels all right. He feels boring to play. I don't know. I think he's kind of fun if you know how to flank and stuff. I think he's all right. She's great.
Somewhere in the world,
and she did get a small buff with Thor. Where is... There we go. So she now has a right click, which is better if like there's like a group of people together, like a group of players. If you hit C, if you hit C, it changes it. So it's pretty decent, but she has a great ult. She does damage buff she's a support DPS, which is kind of crazy to say, but that's what she is. She's a support DPS. I think she's great. I don't know what it is. I see a lot of Storm players that are not even great, but they get like 20 plus kills. So to me, that means she's doing something right and she's strong. So I'm gonna put my final one in A, and she's the bottom A though. She's the bottom A though. She's the last one though, and that's my tier list for right now. I want to know your guys' opinion. I think this is a pretty valid one. You could argue for certain ones, but for sure, who needs a huge buff? Penny needs another buff. Her ultimate is terrible. Magik needs something else a little bit. Black Panther, you can argue B tier, and I wouldn't. You know what? If these two are together, they go to B, in my opinion. If these two are in one game, they go to B, in my opinion. Thor needs a slight changes. Our boy Jeff needs something else. To me, I still think his right click should do headshot damage and just get rid of how big it is or something. Adam Warlock, I think he's solid. He's not amazing. Again, B tier just means that they're great picks. They're strong. They're not super strong. A means super strong. S tier just means they need a look. At Luna, the fact that you can get like a tank from 800, I've seen it before. I've seen a fucking Venom have like 1 HP and then he has full HP within 2 seconds. That's insane. Like she's just so strong. Like I would nerf her. The first thing I would do is nerf her ult. Let's just start off with that. It needs to be like 9 seconds. It's too long. It's way too long. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check out my Twitch channel. The link to that is in the description. Chat, say bye to them. Say something nice. But yeah, that's it. Have a great day.